The woman just gestured angrily at the boy, but Nick suddenly realized something. He felt as if he had seen this scene somewhere before. Suddenly he looked up at the picture on the wall and realized that it was the code word for terrorist operations. Nick immediately understood everything, and then rushed to the bathroom, only to find that the police officer inside had fallen to the ground, and the woman had long since disappeared. Watching the other side anxiously take the elevator to flee the scene, Nick remembered that the woman seemed to be holding a disguised time bomb in her hands when going through the security check, and the boy was holding the toy in his hand at the moment. When the woman at the other end was ready to press the detonator switch, Nick came to the boy in time at the critical moment, and then took the toy over, and broke the overhead glass without saying a word. A second before the woman detonated the bomb, Nick struggled to throw the bomb out, but only to be detonated in the air. Fortunately, two people did not matter, and the other end of the woman is in a hurry to flee the scene. All this is a plot planned by two people. A few days ago Nick just picked up his son home from school, only to have an accident in the next second. Nick wanted to come forward to protect his son, but accidentally was knocked down by a speeding car, so he woke up again to find his family has died. That Nick felt very desperate. In order to investigate the truth behind the incident, Nick followed the police to the police station. He repeatedly observed the original incident through monitoring, and successfully found the face of the terrorist in the picture. He hopes the police can get justice for himself. But a few days later, Nick received a disappointing news, since the other side is the leader of the rebels, and the only reason for planning this operation is to defend the territory. For the sake of friendship between the two countries, they can't just help Nick revenge and affect the relationship between the two sides. After listening to Nick angrily hang up the phone, realize that the police cannot help themselves, then his mind has a bold idea, that is to use their own means to revenge. Nick then turned on his computer, searched for information about the rebel group, and mapped out the entire course of action. When Nick just arrived in the country, happened to encounter a group of rebels to search. For a time all of them hurriedly began to flee, and in the chaotic process of Nick's identity documents accidentally lost, happened to be picked up by the upper leadership of his documents. But the other party is not going to save Nick, but sent someone to hand it over to the rebel leader. And when the rebels found the position of Nick, immediately called forces ready to arrest Nick. Nick at this time also unaware that he has been targeted by two people.